Previously on Big Brother, Michael was forced to show his true loyalties when he named the dynamic duo as the replacement nominee. Unsure of how the vote would fall, the students were nervous going into the expulsion. In a vote of 6-3, the dynamic duo was expelled from the game. Lindsay found the secret of Scholastica, which gives her the power to pause on players' game, and a second secret was released into the game. After an hour-long competition, Roni kept her cereal balanced the longest and became the new head of class. Michael's game unfolded after Lindsay spilled the beans in a conversation with Roni. She set her plan and nominated Anthony and Jesse for expulsion. The game intensifies as the search is on for the second secret and the battle for power of veto begins. Find out what happens now on Big Brother.
This was the hardest decision I had to make this whole competition. It was really nothing personal when it came down to it.
I guess I didn't read her like I thought I did, but it seems like hopefully I'm not the actual target. Like if things are left as they are, I'm pretty sure that I'm her target. I mean, let's be honest.
Jesse and Anthony go up, and I knew they were going to go up. I had talked to Roni just before the ceremony, and she told me that's what she was thinking because she doesn't know where either of them are really at. And I really, really wanted to try to be like, no, don't do that, because obviously I don't want Anthony and Jesse on the block, but I figured it would be too obvious if I did that.
I'm not surprised I went up because she told me she thought she would put them up, but she also threw out earlier yesterday that she would put either Andrea or Cole up, but maybe she just threw that out there so it doesn't look like she's working with them.
I wasn't surprised she put up Anthony and Jesse because that's what she told me she was going to do, so I mean that was a good thing. And she had asked me right before, like, what do you think I should do? And I was like, I think you should stick to your plan, put up Anthony for sure, and then Jesse, yeah, like whatever, because Jesse, I don't think I'd see her coming after me or her, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Anthony would put me up if he were to win, so I didn't disagree with her putting him up at all.
After all my deliberation yesterday, going back and forth who I should pick, I'm not sure what's the smartest plan for me. I thought the safest bet was have to put up two people that aren't completely tied to people. So there's really no blood on my hands. So I went Anthony and Jesse.
I feel like Roni put those two up on the block because they don't help her game. She says she doesn't know where their game's at. Clearly, she probably knows where their game's at because, they're not helping her. So, technically, in a weird sense of way, she kind of knows where their game is at, but it's not helping her, so.
Part of me is super relieved I'm not on the block. Part of me is I would almost rather be on the block so I know that I'm playing for veto, because I really do think that Roni might try to backdoor me this week. So, I'm torn about that because obviously I don't want to be up, but I want to play for veto. So, player pick, I'm just let my name get picked and I'll be happy, and then at least I'll know if I go out this week I at least had a chance to save myself with the veto.
As head of class, I will pick first. Cole.
God damn it. Why does he have to play again? But, I mean, okay. It's okay.
Oh gosh, student choice.
Lindsay. I got student choice. I mean, I wish I didn't because, I don't know. But I didn't know if anyone else, how they would play and if they would be on my side. I just chose Lindsay because I'm more familiar with her, and hopefully she would pick me. I mean, she told me she would.
Jessie picked student choice, and I'm just like, Jessie, pick me, please pick me. But I knew she was going to pick Lindsay because I feel like out of everyone, Jessie considers Lindsay her closest ally. So Jessie picks Lindsay.
I had a feeling she would do that. There's really nobody else that, she could have picked. It's kind of unfortunate that it's kind of being shown that there's something there. But at the same time, I feel like people are just thinking, okay, well, Jessie doesn't really have anybody. I guess she feels like she's closest to Lindsay.
Jessie's supposed to be someone I'm working with, but after seeing her pick Lindsay for the veto, I was curious why she did that, because me and Natasha are supposed to be working with her, so I don't know if that's really where her loyalty lays anymore, so.
And Felicia. If she can win this and pull it out, I think there's a pretty good chance that she'd use it on me.
I finally get to play in the power veto, but I didn't want to play in the power veto because I don't want to win and I don't want to change the nominations to get blood on my hands. But if I have to, I don't know who I would use it on.
I'm gonna wish everybody good luck, and we are adjourned. See you Tuesday.
Your first clue to the second secret was that you had to look through many. Your second clue is third. That's it.
Oh wow, that's you. Okay.
So third is
Anthony was pretty upset and everything about me putting him up, but it really wasn't anything personal. And in all honesty, at this point in the game, things are getting pretty serious, so nobody's really sticking to their word to begin with anyway, so I don't understand why he got really mad. And that scared me a lot, because if he doesn't get off the block, I'm scared that he's going to come after me full force.
Alright.
Really was a hard...
What changed since yesterday, or was it just kind of like the plan the whole time?
Wasn't the plan. I had no plan. Here's the dealio.
I mean, I can understand the nomination depending. It just kind of hurt that you told me, oh yeah, I'm gonna be loyal to everything I say, but then you
I went and I
told me, I'm definitely not putting you up.
You did say that. That was definitely, that was not my original plan at all. I normally am loyal. And at this point in the game, I did talk to everybody, and I'm not sure what to do anymore.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around.
The thing is, you have to put 2 people up.
Right.
I didn't have initially 2 targets that I want up. You're not a target. I'm not targeting you to go out or anything. And yes, I lied to you. That wasn't intentional at all.
I know we talked the other day, and
I know, and I was we had such a good conversation, and I didn't want to put you up. But I'm who else would I put up? And I wish I would have had a chance to tell you what was happening, because so much has happened today.
Okay.
And it hasn't been anybody feeding me lies about you. It's Michael and Lindsay, those 2 people. I was I'm trying to figure out about them, and I'm this leaves me an option to have an opportunity to backdoor somebody if I was to choose that option.
One of those 2? Or...
Maybe.
Okay.
Because I don't know if they're being truthful with me. Because I'm hearing lies, and then I'm hearing these things, and then they're telling me I'm
I've honestly been trying to be as loyal as I could to not necessarily just the core 4, but Lindsay and Michael. Jessie, I do want to be loyal to her, but I'm my loyalties up to this point in the game were literally to Lindsay and Michael. Everything I've been saying to anybody else, any kind of side trying alliances that I've ever been trying to make, I've always been kind of doing it with the mindset of I still want us 3 to get as far as we can in this game. That might be changing soon, just because Michael went and kind of was telling Roni some stuff about me, which I wouldn't really have minded too much if he would have come and told me hey, I said this, maybe I shouldn't have said this much, but I did, and I'm sorry. But he never did that. He just kind of left it okay, well, I'm just gonna go start telling Roni things to make her seem like maybe Anthony is a real target to get out this week or something. I'm not really sure if that's really where his head's at, but that's how it's coming off to me right now. I guess, so after all that, you decided to trust Michael again though, or
I'm not saying I trust him. I'm just saying, at this point, I know with Michael, if I put him up initially, if I do choose to put him up in the end, he will do whatever it takes to save his butt in this competition. But if I put him backdoor wise, he has less of a chance to save his butt in the end.
It's understandable. Like that's kind of, I don't know. But anyway, like going forward, if you guys do end up using a veto on me, like I don't really have, my back's kind of against the wall. I don't really have anybody in this game, so like I wouldn't mind working with you.
I was gonna say, as long as you don't get mad at, you don't like hold this against me, because clearly like I'm willing to talk to you and I'm willing to work with you,
Right.
because I want to make the smartest moves for myself. I promise, on Matilda's grave.
Uh-oh.
I promise on Matilda's grave that I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep my word this time.
Alright.
To Michael about today then. Because he told me, he was like, oh yeah, she's planning to backdoor me, he told me. And then he was like, I talked to her and I think like she like believes that Lindsay lied and blah 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 or something. And like he hasn't even like told me like what's going on yet because we haven't talked. But
I still don't trust him.
yeah. So
I don't trust either of them.
yeah. Because I thought that was interesting that Lindsay would like tell him that you were gonna backdoor him.
Yep.
At the same time, it's like, what is Lindsay trying to do?
Who knows? And now that Anthony's up, we'll see what she's gonna do about that. She's also playing the veto card.
Yeah, I was surprised that Jessie picked her.
I know they talk, but
Then Lindsay goes, and she's kind of broken the trust of both of them. So I'm hoping that Roni will see that and like see that as a bad thing, like I do, because I don't think why would you break the trust of two people unless you're trying to like pin them against each other.
I'm kind of thinking if I'm a backdoor somebody, it's gonna be Lindsay. As bad as that sounds, I might. Because I don't know what her agenda is, but if I get her out, then Michael has no safety net on somebody to rely on. I did talk to Anna today. Anna's open to talking to you.
I just talked to Felicia, and she was like, I don't think she would.
No, I did talk to her, and she's like, did she want to talk to me? And I'm like, she's not sure if you would want to. Like, I think she's open to the option of talking to you. And I was like, I feel like the strong players should stick together at this point. We should take out the weaker ones, because by the end, like, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so confused by what's going on right now. Like,
Truly, I am too.
I'm like, it's like I was so certain, and then it all just never. No.
Literally, I didn't mess up, did I?
I don't think so.
Nobody was giving me anything, so I was like, I had to make the decision on my own.
Yeah.
I was like,
What?
I feel like it would have been stupid if I nominated Lindsay and Michael at the same time. So I'm like, well, one of them gets off the block, they're gonna go after me.
Well, we could always backdoor Lindsay, and then she doesn't get to use her power. At this point, I think I'm definitely still the closest with Roni and Michael. So I think it's kind of the same between them both. I think I still trust Michael, even though there's this rumor of stuff going around. Because Lindsay, ultimately, she went back and told Michael, Ronnie's gonna backdoor you. Even though Roni told me, I didn't go and tell him just because I didn't want to break that trust, you know? But she's gonna use that next week on herself.
But what do I trust more, Lindsay and Michael?
I feel like if Lindsay lied to both people, that's not a good sign.
I
But at the
It's so hard because I'm like so torn between the two of them. I'm like,
But at
you're
the-
both liars. I know it.
at the same time, I'm like, would either of them like put us up? I don't know. Like not at this point. I think maybe they would, but I don't think they would this early.
I don't think they would put me up. At least not this early in the game.
Yeah,
So-
I'm nervous she's gonna find the next tower too. Cause she came at like super early in the morning and found the last one.
So to play your pods.
Mhm. And I'm just like, who knows what the other one's gonna be, and if she'll find that one too, because she went like hard for that last one, like 7 in the morning, like super early. She was there.
Seriously, she was at
She
7.
found it right when I got out of class at 9:40, and she started from the 4th floor. She said, and it was on 1st floor.
Cheese and rice.
Yeah.
Cheese and rice. Okay. It's on 3rd. Get to look at a lot of them.
I don't get out of class till 11:50, so I was gonna find it before then.
It's in play right now. Do you want to come with me?
Oh, we don't. I thought we had to ask someone. Alright, so after we got the second clue, me and Roni were talking a little bit after her nominations about what she was thinking about doing, and we decided that we were gonna go and look for the other secret because we didn't want someone else to find it, and we knew it had to do with next week and the HOC, so we were like, we need to find this.
It's worth a shot right now.
Books.
You have to look through a lot of books. I bet. Like, is it? I don't want to have to look through every single book though, and like open it up.
Maybe like
You sneaky thing.
Big Brother.
Huh?
What's called Big Brother?
So we're getting a lot of them. Oh, you sneaky snakes.
We saw Michael and Lindsay immediately. I'm like, oh no, Lindsay can't find a second secret. Like, ah! And she's causing all this drama between Michael and Roni, and I'm like, it's just not a good situation for her to have another secret.
Okay.
So the clue to the secret was 3rd, and so we're all assuming that it, well, at least I'm assuming, and I know a few other people are as well, that it means 3rd floor in the library, gonna be looking through all the books. So Anna and Marjane go off, and then me and Lindsay go and try to look, and then we're just, kind of all looking together and don't find anything, and then those two leave, and then Roni and Andrea come in, and me and Lindsay are like squatting behind a bookshelf looking through books, and like you could tell Roni thought like something was up, and I was just like, shit.
Roni found Michael and I looking in the library together for the secret of Scholastica. I knew she didn't trust me. I mean, I don't think she's been trusting me this whole time anyway, but I could tell she's really pissed off.
Everyone left, it's just me and Roni left. We're kind of looking through books, and then the girl comes and says that the library is closing in 15 minutes, and we're like, oh great, we need to find this. Like, I am not leaving in 15 minutes. There's no way unless I find it.
I knew you did. Literally by that point of the day of searching and searching through titles and titles and titles and random things that I'm like, maybe, I was at this one book and I'm like, okay, this would be perfect. It's this little book, and literally right next to that book was the book. And so like I put it back and I kept looking at it, and then I looked to the next book, and then I'm like, are you kidding me? I kept looking over this book, looked at Jake, and I made this face. It was titled Secrets, and I kept passing it. Of all things, I should have grabbed that book before the book I grabbed the first time. So literally, I was like, I feel so stupid. I knew it would be in front of my face the whole time. Oh my god, Secrets. That's why you were laughing. I literally looked up and I'm like...
Roni pulls out this book, and she's like, I found it. And the book is called Secrets, and I'm like, really? I searched that like on the computer. I was so mad, like I could have found it so much earlier. Well, I'm here, so I'm looking at it. Oh my god, can't open until instructed. I can't open it yet. Yes, I found it. 10 minutes.
And we found the second secret. Was the most amazing thing. I was on top of the world. Not only did I win the challenge this week, but I found the secret, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. I feel a little bit better moving forward with this stuff, because now I kind of know what's happening, and people are still like probably looking for this secret right now, and I'm like,
The library was about to close in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna open this baby up and read it. I'm gonna read what else is there. Okay. Oh my god, that's a big secret. This is a big juicy secret. Top secret. Congratulations, you have found the second secret of Scholastica, and it is a big one. Next week, the game will be completely flipped on its head as you all play in a unique week. Below, there are 2 options of how the week will be played. If it is discovered that you have shared this information with anyone, you will face extreme consequences, which include sitting out competitions, automatic nomination, penalty votes, and possible expulsion.
okay, so within the envelope itself, it had a very official contract letter that I had to read in front of Jake, and I had to swear to complete secrecy. Can't utter a word or it's my head on the platter. And within it, it gave me a choice between 2 things for next week when things are getting pretty shaken up.
Team Big Brother or nomination roulette. Team Big Brother. In this scenario, players will be randomly divided into 3 teams. These 3 teams must remain loyal at all costs. This means the HOC may not nominate any players from their team. If the POV, I was like, what's that? Winner and the nominee belong to the same team, the POV must be used. Finally, players may not vote to expel nominees from their team unless there is no other option. Essentially, your team is your family for the week. Nomination roulette. In this scenario, the HOC will not make any nominations. Instead, we will have a unique nomination ceremony. The HOC will select one person who they wish to keep safe for the week. The person they choose will then select another person to be safe. This will continue until there's one person left. That person will be nominated. However, they will choose anyone except the HOC to sit next to them on the block. If the POV is used, the remaining nominee will select a replacement nominee. These are incredibly difficult choices that will be made, or will make you play Big Brother like never before. You must make your decision now. I have to choose now? Oh, son of a bitch. I think it would be funny for people to actually be loyal for once. That's just my personal choice. But I think that's kind of interesting too.
I feel like the teams can be beneficial, but at the same time, like, it depends on who your team is.
I always get the crap end of the stick with the teams. Like Survivor, I got a bad team.
Yeah.
And I'm scared I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah, that's what I'm nervous about too.
And then the roulette thing is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I mean, the HOC doesn't have to make nominees, but they select one person to keep safe, and then that person picks another person, and so on and so forth.
And that's what makes me nervous. Like, whoever's left is gonna choose who sits next to them.
I know. Team Big Brother. Part of me's like, I feel like that would be beneficial because then we can actually figure out who's playing where, and they have to stay loyal to each other no matter what. I'm kind of feeling the Team Big Brother.
I feel like it's more dangerous to do the nomination roulette, seeing as the last person gets to choose there.
And this way, people actually have to be loyal to one another.
And they can't lie and like.
And we'll see if Lindsay's actually going to use her secret next week.
I chose the Big Brother team because I think it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be on each team and how loyal people are willing to stay. Because if they're not loyal now, it's going to be hard for them to stay loyal like 100% for this 1 week.
We both understand that this is completely confidential, and once I hand over this and we walk out this door, we will not speak of this ever again.
Ultimately, the decision, I think, was made because the trust has been completely absent through this game, I feel like. So just putting people into teams, that's going to make people have to talk, have to trust each other, have to be loyal, and have to do all the things that they haven't been doing. I am a little nervous because I'm not sure what the teams will be and who I'm going to be with, or like if I were to win like veto and then I have to take my team member off and it's not someone that I want to work with, or so I don't know. It's going to be crazy.
I talked to Roni because I had heard from Jessie and Lindsay that she wanted to backdoor me this week. So I wanted to go and clear everything up. Basically just throw Lindsay under the bus because Lindsay was the reason that Roni wanted to backdoor me. Okay, so I was had a meeting last night after the head of class competition. So I get a text in the middle of it from Lindsay, and she said like, hey, like when you're done with your meeting, you should call me. And I'm like, okay. And so I call her and she's like, I think I did something bad. And I'm like, what did you do? She's like, I told Roni that you told me to vote out the duo 5 minutes before the eviction. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, A, I didn't talk to you 5 minutes before the eviction.
Do you have the text message?
B, she said I texted her?
No. You said she texted you to say call me.
Yeah.
Can I see the text message?
Yeah. I mean, I called her so we didn't have a conversation.
No,
over
I want to see
text,
the text saying that she said to call.
Oh yeah, right there. There it is.
Will you call me when you're done with your meeting? Yes, Gaga.
Yeah, so that was at 8 o'clock. So, A, no, I never talked with Lindsay before the eviction to tell her to vote them out. And I don't understand why, if she's gonna throw, I get she needs to throw someone under the bus because did she tell you she was gonna vote to keep them?
Keep the duo?
Yeah.
That's what she told me before, because I was like, what are you going to do?
Okay.
I was asking her what she was voting for, and I said, okay. I was willing to vote whatever she was voting at that point. She's like, it's good for us, right? I was like, I don't know.
So I get that she since you won, she's going to have to try to say whatever she can to, because you lied to her 2 weeks in a row about how you were going to vote, so she needs to, throw someone. But I don't get why it was me. I never told her to say that. And that, makes, because coming into the game, I was like, okay, I know that Lindsay's not going to, throw me under the bus or anything, at least not till the end. And then it's as soon as she gets in a bad position, I don't understand why I was the one that she could have said that anyone told you that. I don't get why she said it came from me. And it's like, I'm really upset with her. Like, and obviously, like, I have to act like I'm not. But it's like...
And that's not just her, though.
Who else told you that?
Not that you said to change your vote, but that you said you were telling people to keep Marjane.
Like, who?
I'd rather not say.
And Roni told me she had, like, other, like, reservations and whatever. So, like, I just tried to tell her what she wanted to hear. I'm like... See, I feel bad about, like, I don't want to throw her under the bus, but, like, when she called me, like, she told me that you don't trust me, that you consider her, like, the person you trust the most, that you think I'm playing mind games on everyone, and that you kind of want to go after me this week. Like, she told me all that.
That's all true.
Do you really want to go after me this week?
Well, now that I know that that's a truthful conversation, no.
No.
I don't, because I was hearing a lie, and then it led me off on a rant. And now, but if we wanted, we could also use it to our advantage. Like I said, like everything, for all they know, could be an elaborate plan on our behalf.
Like, what do you think? Well, if there's anything you want to clear up, like, let's clear it up. Like,
the votes from the first week.
First week, I voted Felicia out. Well, this may be a lost cause, but I'm going to try it anyway. I vote to expel Aaron. So yes, I can say that with 100% honesty.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I know you were like, I think I'm in trouble and I need to talk to you. I was like, he's gotta be onto something. But like,
yeah, like,
I don't know what kind of game anybody's playing, and everybody's playing their own special game.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about it.
But yeah, like,
I will take your information and I will process it.
Okay, like, don't tell Lindsay I told you. Like, she was like very worried about this. She's like, don't tell Roni I told you, or she'll know that I told you our conversation. And it's like, well, if Ronnie's gonna consider getting me out because of the lie that you told her, like...
Of course you're gonna tell her.
Yeah, because, like, I have to clear that up, like... And like I said, you can ask, like, Marjane and Andrea and whoever else was there, like, I did not talk to Lindsay.
Okay, so here's the thing. Michael was really scared when he found out I was coming full force at him, and I was going to backdoor him, and I was going to blindside him. I'm not saying that that plan isn't still in my mind, because it definitely is. But I think I'm more worried about Lindsay at this point than I am Michael. So, you know, if I'm going to keep somebody around, it might be Michael rather than Lindsay. So, you know, my plan is to just kind of go after them at this point. They're kind of my targets at this point in time.
Once I win the power, if I win the power veto, I'm feeling confident, hopefully. And I'll ask Roni who she would throw on the block if I used my power veto. I'll pretty much say, who do you want me to use my power veto on? And if I use it on that person, I want you to put another person up.
I'm nervous about power veto today. It's gonna be athletic, so really like physical. Look at my arm. There's no muscle. I'm like a little noodle. I don't know how well I'm gonna do in this challenge. If I have to push someone over, literally all Cole has to do is blow at me and I will probably fall over.
I just need Lindsay to win so she doesn't use the veto, and then I'm safe for the week. Because if Roni wins, I don't trust that Roni's going to keep me safe. If Cole wins, I feel like Roni might have a lot of influence over him to use the veto, and then she would put me up. Obviously, if Anthony or Jesse wins, they're going to use it on themselves, and then I feel like I'm going up, and Anthony is like convinced that he can get Felicia to use it on him if she would win it. So basically, I see like if anyone but Lindsay wins, I'm probably going up this week.
So, the name of this challenge is called A Step Up Memory Lane. Here's how it's going to work. You each have a board with your name on it, and there are 50 spaces on this board. And your bags, you have a bag of a bunch of symbols. On go, you're going to run up to the 4th floor of tower and memorize the board. And you'll run back down and start putting those symbols into position. Your goal is to make your board down here match the one that is upstairs. If you ask me to come look at it and you're wrong, you get a strike. 3 strikes, you're out of the competition. Okay. If you get it wrong 3 times, you're out. So, Whoever falls it first, or whoever's the last player left in the game, wins the power veto. But don't rely on being the last left. Odds are someone is going to figure this out. So just be aware, everything on the board needs to match. So if an arrow's facing up, the arrow needs to face up. The symbol just can't be in the space. Everything, look for the details, because there are symbols to try to throw you up. So we set up, I'm going to show you some examples of some of the symbols so you know what to expect, and I'll answer questions, okay?
I was super upset that I wasn't playing because I would always rather be playing than sitting on the sidelines. But, part of me is like, I did not care that I'm not running up, 120 steps as we learned in that competition.
Like, mark, get set, go. All the way to the 4th floor.
Well, the competition last night for the veto, we had a memory board, and you had to run upstairs to the 4th floor tower and look at a board and try and memorize it, and then go back downstairs, and you had a giant stack of different symbols that you had to place on your board in the exact order, and they had to be positioned to the right way.
So the power veto competition required us to fill a 50 space grid with these symbols, and the symbols had to be in the right direction. They couldn't just be in the right spot, but they had to be in the right direction in the square. The trick was, it was on the 4th floor, this other grid that we had to memorize to put onto our grid. So there's a lot of running involved.
You can use the tape if you want to. You can use the tape if you want. You don't have to.
I thought it would be too much for my brain to handle to go across, because it was 5 long rows of 10. So I decided to do columns. So I thought if I can at least do 1 column for every trip, that's pretty decent, and maybe try and get a few that are on the other side.
Remember, watch for the details too. Which way are things pointing?
There's 75 pieces in your bag, so 25 extra pieces that weren't even on the board. I don't know. It was puzzling, but
That's wrong. Up and down. Left, okay. 3 star. No. Sometimes I get a little winded just walking to 3rd floor for class, but I felt like I was doing good, running up and putting my pieces together. I wasn't really worried too much what everyone else was doing.
What the hell? I literally feel like I'm missing symbols.
It probably wouldn't have been the fastest to memorize 50 symbols exactly what they're doing. I tried super hard.
Go Roni!
Maybe some of that.
my strategy was doing 5 at a time, so I could go up and down between the rows, and because I wouldn't have been able to remember 10 of them. I did that. 2, 2.
You gotta do word association, so lightning bolt, negative electrons, you gotta even it out. Go both ways, like a bisexual. That doesn't make sense though. There's gotta be 5 in the family. Does that make sense?
Cole, he was probably the farthest behind that I've noticed, and he was funny, his strategy, like his word play that he used, like wavy, bounces off the right angle, but first he has to slide across the arrow. I don't know, like the stuff he said was just ridiculous to remember it, but.
Oh, there we go.
Get it, Sam.
I mean, I got tired.
I would try to do with what I memorized is make stories. So at one point it was stop Sailor Moon, cloud pie, smile. That was one of my stories. It actually really helped. It was the second to last one. I was feeling really good at that point.
That's what I thought was Latin 3, but no, Latin 1 wasn't 8th grade.
Lindsay's taking Lindsay, you have something wrong. That's 1 strike.
I had everything right up till the final row, and once I got to the final row, Lindsay had already buzzed in once. So then I just kind of felt a sense of urgency, so I went for I went to try to memorize the entire bottom row. I got all the pieces in the right spots, but I didn't know which pieces I needed to turn which way, so.
That's the worst part.
3 lightning bolts. Start David.
Coles! He was struggling hard. He was struggling real hard. I know he's not mental, but like, dang, really? Like, come on.
Cole might be really good at running up and down the stairs, but I don't think he has a lot going on upstairs, so.
Truly means. So that's something wrong. Lindsay's had 2 strikes. If Lindsay asks one more time, it's wrong. Lindsay's out of the competition.
Shit. The first time that I called Jake over and it wasn't right, I was a little, just frustrated because I felt really good. I knew all the symbols were in the right place. I knew it wasn't anything like that, so I knew it was rotation stuff. So I did a few tweaking things that I kind of thought might have worked. I called him back again. Didn't. So I was like, okay, really need to get my head on straight. I only have one more try. I don't know where everybody else is at, but I don't think people are quite as close as I am.
What the fuck are you?
It was so like nerve-wracking watching because people, well, like you don't know like where people are at because I'm sitting down and by all the boards, and people are running back and they're putting their boards together, and I'm kind of looking what symbols they have, and I don't know if they're right, so I don't know who's doing well.
You had something wrong with your board. So what? Ronnie's at 1 strike.
They're like, oh God, Lindsay, you only have one more chance. And in my head, I'm thinking like, Lindsay, don't be stupid. Go look at the board. And she's like, just staring at her board for a while. And I think she's going to guess again. And I'm like, what are you doing? But then she goes and looks, and I'm like, good, be smart.
You still have something wrong, Ronnie. Ronnie's at 2 strikes.
Where are you? Wrong position.
Jessie comes, and Jessie puts her last symbols in, and I'm like, game over. Jessie's got this.
Well, Jesse, you have something wrong.
Oh,
you have
shit.
1 strike.
When I was wrong, I was a little frustrated because there's 50 of them. So my thoughts were, what one is it?
So Jesse's at 1 strike, Ronnie and Lindsay both at 2. Remember every detail. Where are the arrows pointing? Where are the points pointing? Are there the right amount of sides? Angle. Anthony has something wrong. Anthony's at a strike.
And then she goes back upstairs. I'm like, no, Lindsay, you can just. And then she comes running back down, and she just has this huge smile on her face and like flashes a thumbs up. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Check. Okay, Anthony's trying first. Anthony has something wrong. Anthony's at 2 strikes.
Come on, let's go.
Congratulations, Lindsay.
So when I won veto, it was all just kind of like, oh my god! And I ran into the computer room, and people were like, what the hell? Or what did you win? I was like, I won veto! I was so happy.
Alright, so we'll give it to you in a second, but
I just wanted to like scream, and I was just like, yes! Oh my god. So Lindsay has the veto, and I'm just like, okay, I can talk to her. She won't use it. I'm safe this week. She's safe this week. Sorry, Anthony, but you're probably out the door. And I know Andrea was not happy that she won. Ronnie was not happy that she won. So maybe Lindsay should have toned it down a little bit, but, you know, I'm proud of her.
I mean, I was at the top when she won, so I mean, I guess I don't know her initial celebration that she had. But, I mean, she was pretty excited, but I want her position's kind of hard, who she's going to choose, me or Anthony. And she knows that Roni wants to backdoor Michael, so that's kind of in a bad position for her to choose between the 3 people in her alliance.
I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know what she's gonna do. Literally didn't know what was gonna happen. Wasn't sure how I was feeling and if she used it, who I was gonna put up. So
For the competition last night, seeing Lindsay win, that scares me because I don't know if she's gonna take Jessie off because she picked her. And if she does take Jessie off, then I don't know if Michael's gonna be the replacement nominee. I'm really hoping he's not. I would rather see Jessie or Anthony go.
I would assume if she were going to use it, she would probably use it on me over Jessie, which would be good, but I don't know that she thinks that Roni wouldn't put up Michael if she did use the veto, so I don't know if she's actually going to even use it, which is kind of unfortunate.
okay, well, Lindsay, So yeah, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, right here, we'll have the power veto ceremony where Lindsay can choose to either take Anthony or Jesse off the block. If she does, Roni, you have to name a replacement. And then, as you know, there is a secret hidden, the St. Scholastica secret. Tonight you were supposed to get the clue. However, the secret has been found. So somebody has the secret, the second secret. I just can tell you the person who has the power is aware they are not allowed to share the secret. So trying to coax them will not do you any good because there is extreme consequences if it is slipped what the secret is. I mean, up to on the block, penalty votes. So asking around won't help you so much because the person knows not to share the stuff. So.
The second secret has been found, and I mean, obviously I don't know who has it, but I just have a gut feeling that it was Cole because he works in the library, and from the clues, like I personally myself would have looked in the library, and he had a little smirk on his face when you said it was found, so.
Somebody found the secret, which, I mean, I wasn't shocked because we pretty much knew where it was, but so I was like, if someone had enough time to look through a bunch of books, they were going to find it. I'm definitely very curious to know who has it because they can't say. I'm really hoping that Andrea found it on Monday night when we were looking. And I'm praying that Roni didn't find it. Oh my gosh, if Roni has it, I'm screwed. I'm screwed if Roni has it.
Anthony was dropping me off at my apartment, and we literally was just going to talk for 5 minutes, just kind of straighten things out from what I heard that day. And literally things could have went so much different because I was actually tempted to message Felicia and tell her what I heard. But then I was like, I'll talk to Anthony instead. And I'm so glad I made that decision because we sat and talked for 2 hours and told each other everything that we know. I wasn't sure exactly what to expect in this meeting, but a lot happened.
Yep.
So literally, we were both super mad. And
pretty pissed.
We have a great plan that we're gonna put in place.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I thought that Lindsay and Michael had my back and that if anything were to ever happen, like to where like they might throw me under the bus for any reason, they would just tell me. But Michael apparently like threw me under the bus to Roni pretty hard yesterday, and he had over like 10 hours to even just send me a text or anything, but he didn't. So I mean, and yeah, he's playing a lot of mind games with people, which is understandable. I know he's been talking to a lot of people, which is fine, but I thought that he would bring it back to me and Lindsay and kind of tell us. I'm sure he's telling Lindsay, but you know, I'm out of that. Obviously, I know that I'm not really ingrained in that as much as they are. So we got to talking, and we feel super comfortable with each other right now.
Because I know I can trust him. He told me everything he knows.
As far as I can remember, honestly,
At this point, we're going to try to make everybody believe that I want to backdoor Cole with this veto. That is what we're going to try to get everybody to believe. But in all reality, we're backdooring Michael.
That's the
like
hope.
my plan was from the beginning. I told you that he was going to go eventually, and I was still pretty upset about it. I just didn't know what was the safest bet, but I'm feeling very comfortable with my decision from the beginning. I mean, he's already been planting so many seeds about me and Anthony.
Yeah, apparently
to
about
each
me
other.
Too.
He's been planting seeds about literally every single person and then telling me lies, and I'm not believing these lies. I'm letting him think, yeah, but I know he thinks I'm lying because I look away, but
yeah,
I look away a lot.
Like, he's playing a good game, I know that.
That's just how I talk. He's trying to play a good game.
Here's the thing, so the alliance that I'm in, I even told you, so like me, Jesse, and Lindsay and Michael, it's called the Core Four. That's what Lindsay liked to name it.
Core Four.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't super sold on it yet, but anyway. So right now, like, 2 of us are up. 1 has veto. So like the worst hope for them is that Lindsay uses the veto on one of us and then puts up Michael instead. They know that is a small possibility. So we need to just make them feel super comfortable that Cole is going to be the replacement nominee. It's going to come down to her conversation with Lindsay right before that to make Lindsay feel super comfortable that she will actually be doing that. So that Lindsay can also be like, Michael, yeah, I feel really comfortable that he's going to backdoor Cole. And then Michael's going to be like kind of stuck, like against a rock and a hard place about like, okay, you're right. And like, if he doesn't agree that, okay, we should do this, then he knows that like Jesse and I are gonna be pissed because like, okay, well, obviously you don't care about us in this alliance. You just care about yourself. So I feel like right before the veto, when we do this, there's a small chance that he, even himself, will be okay with this. But it really just comes down to making Lindsay believe it. And making Lindsay know that Jesse and I like are important to keep, both of us, keep the core four together. That's the only chance of keeping all four of us together is by using the veto, obviously. Because if they don't, then one of us is going home.
I'm basically like trying to say like, Lindsay, don't use the veto, but I can't just like say that because she won, so like I'm not gonna be pushy or forceful. But I was just like talking her through it. I was like, okay, Lindsay, so if you use the veto, Roni's not gonna put up Anna, Marjane, or Felicia. She's not gonna put up Tasha. She's not gonna put up Andrea. So that leaves me and Cole as potential replacement nominees. And between me and Cole, I know that Roni would trust Cole over me. So that would leave me the only option to go on the block. So I'm like, Lindsay, if you use a veto, I'm going up. And Lindsay feels kind of torn. Like, I know she doesn't want me to go up, but she wants to use it on Jesse because Jesse picked her for the competition and to keep that trust going. But I hope to have a conversation with Jesse and just let her know, like, Jesse, like, if Lindsay doesn't use the veto, you're good. You have my vote to stay. You have Lindsay's vote to stay. Pretty sure she'd have Tasha's vote to stay. And it sounds like Roni really wants Anthony out between the two, so I'm pretty sure it might be unanimous Anthony going if nominations stay the same.
I'm really mad because I feel as if that I was betrayed and like they weren't even trying to include me in it. I'm a strong competitor. What do they think that I'm gonna... Just makes me super mad that they wouldn't even try to keep me in the loop.
Well, welcome everyone. This is the Power of Veto ceremony, and I won the Power of Veto, so I could choose to play it if you guys would like to say something before I decide. Sure. I'll just keep it short and sweet. Lindsay, that would be really great if you could use the Power of Veto on me, and I'm very appreciate it.
All right. Lindsay, I don't think you know this, but you're actually my long lost sister, and so you should really use the veto on me for the family. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is some heavy stuff for
I know, it's huge.
Holy cow. Okay. I've kind of thought about this a lot because I don't have anything against either one of you. And I don't know, but since I won the Power of Veto ceremony by being picked to play in the Power of Veto, I'm going to give it to Jesse. Since you picked me to play in the Power of Veto. Roni, since I've taken one of your nominations down, would you please pick a new one?
So, as it was hard to put two people up on the block this week, it was even harder to pick a replacement to put in the chair if someone was going to come down. I've given it a lot of thought, and I'm sorry, but Michael, I have to put you up there because I don't feel like you're playing a fully truthful game with me, and I don't appreciate it. I still love you as a person.
And this meeting's adjourned.
Who will be expelled from the Big Brother class? Will it be Michael or Anthony? Who will become the next head of class? And will Team Week have an impact on their plans? Find out Monday on Big Brother: Secrets of Scholastica.